up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the Flow Show, no filter. Back for another episode of Thirsty Thursday. Today, we going with simple water today, throwing it back to y'all know Thirsty Thursdays. Make sure you drink your water. A lot of crazy shit to talk about today, as always, but let's get into this. But before, let me cover my ass, no Diddy. The thoughts, views, and opinions shared on the Flow Show, no filter, are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good. What's going on, y'all? We are back. Another Thirsty Thursday. Got my homie C Tuck in the building. C Tuck says, good morning, Flo and crew. Make sure y'all like the live as y'all enter, please. And thank you in advance. Ha ha. Good to see everybody. Let's see who all in here on the early side. We got Fire Glory. What's up? Angie, Tracy, Lily, Grandma Kathy. Okay. RX. Yeah. Oh, we got okay. Vanetta. What's up, Miss Sweet Too? Glad to be back after our Enoch. What up? Glad to be back after our Wednesday, what you want to call it, our Wednesday family meeting. All the exclusive subscribers get to be a part of our exclusive Wednesday episode, which is video. Video version of the podcast is available to the YouTube members. Just join right there up under next to you see subscribe on the video. The audio version is the Buzzsprout link. You'll see the Buzzsprout subscriber link in the notes. That's if you want to hear the audio version of our exclusive Wednesday show, which we do pretty much every single Wednesday. I see somebody saying Mel Mack in the building. To all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to links these lyrical dishes, see your bushes, who rock grooves and make moves with all the mommies. The back in the club, sipping so poet is what you find me. All right. Yeah, we got to make that episode up. You're right. You're right about that, C Tuck. We're gonna make that episode up on our first pilot episode of the After Dark shit. C Tuck, we gotta put our late night or our evening show together. And that's when we'll make up the extra episode. For sure. So look out for that. Me and C Tuck been talking about it. C Tuck is working on the intro. He said it's coming along. Good morning, Cecilia. Hope everybody's feeling good, man. A lot going on. Good things going on. But they say good things come to those who wait. I say good things come to those who work hard as fuck. Oh shit! C Tuck got the iPad and he got some mics. Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna put this shit together. We're gonna have a show. I don't know. Me and C Tuck got to talk about it. In my mind, I'm thinking somewhat like Nightcap, where we will talk about sports, but we're gonna also talk about current events. So since we already have this show, which talks about exclusively current events and a tiny bit of sports, I think me and C Tuck might kind of do like Nightcap and kind of like talk about sports, but talk about current events too, talk about everything. So we'll put it together. Me and C Tuck gonna continue to build on it and see what works. But I'm sure all y'all gonna be in the building. I can't wait to do it. I can't wait for it to go down. Everybody excited. I'm sure C Tuck is excited. I'm excited. The community is excited. Make sure everybody got their head on a swivel. If you're walking your dog, make sure you poop the scoop. Scoop the poop, not poop the scoop. Ugh. You don't want to poop the scoop. You want to scoop the poop. Remember, we love the dogs. We just don't love the boo-boo. My Browns playing in Vegas. The whole city of Cleveland is going to be in Las Vegas. The whole crew is going to be in Las Vegas, the whole Cleveland, for Shador Sanders to do his first official start. So y'all got to look out for that. Now today we talking about. Let me tell you what we talking about today. All right, you see the title. We got to recap Diddy's week from hell. More information on that one case with the producer, publicist. That seemed like that case getting real for Diddy. Man, we got a TikTok trans star who was killed by her boyfriend. Also, we got to talk about the TikTok thing that happened. We're gonna talk about Trump. We're gonna talk about Trump and what he now that he signed the official bill. We're gonna go over that. We're gonna talk about the ashamed former Obama official, who was also, I think, a Bill Clinton official, is stepping back because he done got caught up in this. Fucking Epstein shit. And see, Tuck, that was the last thing I was about to talk about. I got Smokey Robinson on the agenda today. I don't know what the hell is going on with Smokey, but as you can see, it is on the docket today, C Tuck. So see, since C Tuck thought that about that Smokey shit was wild, let's get into this. Let's get into this shit. Let's get into this Smokey shit. Not Smokey. Man, my granny loves Smokey Robinson. My granny, when that Smokey Robinson would come on, she'd get to clapping her hands and shaking them shoulders. You know, back in the day, it was all in the shoulders for the dance, especially with the women. You ever watch the old Tina Turner? I mean, she was shaking her legs, but they was always doing something with them shoulders. And my granny loves Smokey Robinson. And if she was alive to hear this craziness going on, I know she would say, what the hell done got into Smokey Robinson's mind, head? If it's true. If it's true. We don't know if it's true. But not Smokey. So let's get into it, man. From People Magazine. We ain't gonna waste no damn time. Smokey Robinson, man. What the hell what you been smoking? Smokey? This is crazy. C Tuck said, before I even get into the article, C Tuck said his granny would roll over too. She said, I fuck with Smokey too, but I don't know if he doing foul shit. I gotta say nay to the brother. I'm with you, C Tuck. I'm with you. Look, Grandma said, I love me some Smokey. I saw this, but I didn't say how long ago it happened. Right. They talking about he put his hand on his erection. I'm like, shit, when the last time Smokey Robinson had an erection? I didn't know you had no erections at 100 years old. Now, if you still have erections at 100 years old, I don't even want no erection. If I live to be 100, I don't need no erection at 100 years old. You can go ahead and cash me out. You can cash me out at around 70. Cash me out at around 70. After that, I don't need no erections. Anyway, People Magazine, Smokey Robinson. Oh, the little blue pills. Okay. All right, Angelina said the little blue pills working miracles on. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Because that was the part of the story. I said, man, when was this? The 80s? Talking about he put the dude said that Smokey Robinson tried to force his hand on Smokey's erection. And I'm like, man, I don't want to see no 100-year-old erection. That's crazy. But anyway, let's get into it. Smokey Robinson faces 2 new sexual battery accusations, including one from a man who previously detailed his car. So this guy is somebody who was detailing Smokey's car, and Smokey pulled out little Smokey and got inappropriate. Okay. Okay. See, Texas leave his in. He want to be standing at attention at 150. All right, now you gonna pass the fuck out with that erection at 100 years old, trying to keep up with the 50-year-olds. Grandma Kathy say, Mr. Flo, man can get an erection at any time, and then there's a blue that can help. Look at y'all. This episode is gonna be sponsored by this little blue pill everybody keep talking about. If you are the company owner of this blue pill that gives 150-year-olds erections, you need to come sponsor this show, because obviously everybody, all you freaky mofos in this chat, knowing about these blue pills with y'all old butts. Y'all know we a bunch of old farts. But y'all got so much information on these blue pills. Y'all got me thinking over here. Y'all something else with y'all blue pills. Y'all better be careful. So let's see what Smokey and Lil Smokey was up to. Two new accusers come forward with the sexual battery claims against Smokey Robinson. This is 6 months after 4 women who worked with the Grammy-winning star filed a $50 million sexual assault lawsuit. The woman, who sued anonymously as Jane Doe in May, filed a new motion in court on November 14th, looking to amend their complaint and add 2 more alleged victims, a man and a woman who both claimed Robinson, age 85, tried to force them to touch his erect penis. Say it ain't so, Smokey. Say it ain't so. You can't be having people try to forcing somebody's hand on Little Smokey. He just came to detail a car. Imagine you go to do your job to detail a car and the customer try to put your hand on their erection. Detail over with. I ain't detailing shit no more. The details is gonna be how many limbs I rip from your body and how many lumps I leave your ass with. We're gonna need the detail. Those are gonna be the details. I ain't detailing no more. I ain't detailing no car after your freaky old behind. Your freaky old behind coming through talking about put your hand on this erect penis and because I've been popping these blue pills that the Flow chat been telling me about. Y'all about to have Tomb and all the rest of them floating around looking for that blue pill. So let's continue. So they saying he tried to force their hand on his erect pee-pee. Little Smokey, something else. In a statement shared with People, Robinson's attorney, Christopher Frost, denied the new allegations, calling the entire lawsuit an organized campaign to extract money from an 85-year-old legend. This group of people who hide behind anonymity and their attorneys seek global publicity while making the ugliest and false allegations, Frost said. Once the public can see the truth, their motives and fabricated claims will be revealed. According to the motion, which was obtained by People, one of the new accusers, identified only as Jane Doe 5, allegedly endured constant harassment from Smokey Robinson while working as his housekeeper for him from 2005 to 2011. She claims that he grabbed her hand and tried to force her to touch his erect penis more than 10 times and would also ask her to enter the bathroom while he was showering and ask her to scrub his back, per the motion. The woman also alleges, Smokey, you was a wild boy. You a wild motherfucker. I can't even, let me start this paragraph over. Smokey, I hope this ain't true, Smokey. I know you want to leave me. but I refuse to let you go. But if I had to plead, baby, it don't matter. Ain't too proud to beg, baby. That was them back in them days. Now I know that ain't Smokey Robinson, but that's them song. That's a song from them days. Oh, you wanna leave me, but I refuse to let you go. If I had to beg and plead for your sympathy, I don't mind, cause it means that much to me. Ain't too proud to beg. Hey, look, back in the day, come on, Smokey, y'all come from the Smokey's supposed to come from the innocent era, man. When the music was innocent. When the man say, I ain't too proud to beg, y'all wasn't singing about, they wasn't talking about, put your hand on my erection. I know you came to just detail my car, but can you put your hand on my erection, baby? Y'all wasn't talking about stuff like that. I am so disappointed in your like my mom would say, yo, old freaky ass. Ain't nothing worse. Okay, you be a freak, but ain't nothing worse than an old ass freak. You know what I mean? And she said, I love myself. I'm just trying to bring the essence, like do 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 do. I'm trying to bring the essence of it back. See, Smokey must have paid. Smokey must have paid for her nails or something. He said, since I paid for them grippers, how about you grip something, baby? Yeah. Smokey Robinson. You so. Hey. Ain't too proud. Okay, so the woman said she was forced to work in a crazy environment. She also alleges that the Motown star Smokey Robinson touched her breasts multiple times. She said this caused trauma that ultimately led to her to get a breast reduction. She had to get a breast reduction surgery because Smokey kept touching them and it made her subconscious, I guess. Excuse me, I guess. She also accuses Robinson's wife, Frances, of perpetuating a hostile work environment and using ethnically pejorative language towards her. Meanwhile, John Doe, we got the women, but like we keep saying, not only is it the women, Smokey Robinson got some alleged man in it. In the matter of fact, thank you, Courtney. Courtney says she loved my serenades. Thank you so much, Courtney. I'm glad you love my serenades. I was just bringing the essence of the old school music and how we have lost our way. So let's talk about this John, though. This man. Thank you, Island Girl 23. Say roses, hearts, flow, fan, love you all. Yes, yes, yes. Meanwhile, John Doe alleges in the motion that he began working for Robinson, doing detail work on their cars in 2013. He claims that Robinson touched and fondled his erect penis in front of him numerous times and also tried to force him to touch his penis in 2022. Numerous times. Why you keep going back, dog? Now, that's one question I'll be having, especially for these guys. Okay, you worked on there. He touched him. He claimed that Robinson touched and fondled his erect penis in front of you numerous times and tried to force you to touch it, and you still kept coming around. That's the part that kind of confuses me a little bit. Pass that thing around for Smokey. John Doe also claims he was fired shortly after the incident, only for Francis to call him a year later and ask him to return to work. He did, but alleges that the harassment continued, causing humiliation, emotional distress, and ongoing fear for his safety and dignity, according to the motion. We commend these two courageous survivors for stepping forward and adding their voices to this case. The plaintiff, Attorney John Harris, said in a statement, we look forward to advocating for them vigorously as they pursue justice they deserve. Now, the motion also claims that allegations from the two new accusers mirror both in substance and scope those already set forth by Jane Doe and are largely concern the same time periods, locations, and conduct by the same defendants, and ask the court to allow the plaintiffs to file their amended complaint. A hearing on the motion is set for January 6, 2026. And in response, Robinson filed a $500 million cross complaint that accused the plaintiffs and their legal counsel of defaming him at a press conference. He also filed a motion to strike the initial complaint in May. A judge ruled in September that Robinson's accusers are allowed to remain anonymous as the case moves forward, even though his lawyer argued in court that their pseudonym were making it difficult for the defense to subpoena witnesses. Trial is set for October 2027. This thing getting dragged the hell out. What do y'all think about this? Hey, look, Smokey something else. Yeah, AC Tuck said after the first time, dude would have been getting a virtual detail served. Yeah, he wouldn't have been from me. I'd be like, you know what? Y'all too freaky in this house. I take my business. I take my business and take my services elsewhere, you freaky bastards. I definitely wouldn't be hanging around. If this is true, I don't know. Like I said, Smokey. Please don't be. One thing we have learned in these last, couple years, it's a lot of freakiness going on in this industry. It's just a lot of freakiness going on in this industry. And at the center of all this freakiness is two people that's really representing the freaky deaky stuff that's going on, and that's Diddy and Epstein. Like right now, if you want to kind of picture and visualize how the freaky ass world we live in with these elites and celebrities and the money and power, Diddy and Epstein, those two stories, those two people, those two cases basically explain what the hell was going on. So what's next? Now that Trump finally signed the bill. Yeah, Tracy said if he lives that long, right. So much pressure was put on Trump and his Epstein stuff. But now he's finally signed a bill to release the Epstein files. So what's next? Now, we've already talked about, and we kind of went into more details on yesterday's exclusive episode, but they what we're hearing, they probably scrubbing the hell out of these Epstein files. We don't even know if these files are real, but this comes from the Associated Press. What's next now that Trump has signed a bill releasing the Epstein files? President Donald Trump has signed a bill to compel the Justice Department to make public its case files on the convicted sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein. A potentially far-reaching development in a years-long push by survivors of Epstein's abuse for a public reckoning. Both the House and Senate passed the bill this week with overwhelming margins after Trump reversed course on his month-long opposition to the bill and indicated he would sign. Now that the bill has been signed by the president, there's a 30-day countdown for the Justice Department to produce what's commonly known as Epstein files. So in other words, they got 30 days to edit, redact, cut out, and just flat out change the whole fucking story. They got 30 days. Ain't it something else? Everybody talk. Hey, look, yeah, these sick. Hey, see, Tuck said, yeah, these sick bastards. What you mean? What's the next hide and seek for these sick bastards? Is next? No, for real. They're gonna be redacting the hell out of these Epstein files. They got 30 days. The bill is a command for the president to be fully transparent, to come fully clean, and to provide full honesty to the American people. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer of New York said Wednesday. Listen to this. This bill is a command for the president to be fully transparent, to come fully clean, and to provide full honesty to the American people. When in the hell has that ever? When will that ever happen? Did y'all hear that? That's a hell of a sentence. I gotta read it one more time. This bill is a command for the president to be fully transparent, to come fully clean, and to provide full honesty to the American people. I can't laugh loud enough. We've been waiting for transparency for years. We've been waiting for full honesty and people to come clean for years. Now you expect us to think magically this is the time when they're going to come clean. Lily said, and he will not come fully clean, nor will he be honest. In a social media post Wednesday, as he announced, he said he had signed the bill. Trump said Democrats have used the Epstein issue, which affects them far more than the Republican Party, in order to try and distract from our amazing victories. The swift bipartisan work in Congress this week was a response to the growing public demand that Epstein files be released, especially as attention focuses on his connections to global leaders, including Trump, former presidential Bill Clinton, who already been stripped of his royal title as Prince Andrew over the matter, and many others. This Epstein is a serious fallout. There is plenty of public anticipation about what more the files could reveal, yet the bill will most likely trigger a rare scene barring of sprawling federal investigation, also creating the potential for unintended consequences. What does the bill do? The bill compels Attorney General Pam Bondi to release essentially everything the Justice Department has collected over multiple federal investigations into Epstein, as well as his longtime confidant and girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, who we all know is serving 20 years and has about 100,000 pages of records concerning luring teenage girls to Epstein. It will also compel the Justice Department to produce all of its internal communications on Epstein and his associates in his 2019 death in a Manhattan jail cell as he awaited charges for sexual abuse and trafficking dozens of teenage girls. The legislation, however, exempts some parts of the case files. The bill's authors made sure to include that the Justice Department could withhold personally identifiable information of victims, child sex abuse materials, and information deemed by the administration to be classified for national defense or foreign policy. We will continue to follow the law with maximum transparency, yeah, right, while protecting victims, Bondi told a news conference Wednesday when asked about releasing the files. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Angelina said, yeah, it was signed too quick for her. So you know shit been redacted. Shit has been redacted. Shit gonna be redacted left and right. Good luck at your appointment, Tahara. Jeffrey Epstein's brother has been talking, and he's saying that they scrubbed it because Trump's all over the place. Yeah, we actually talked about this yesterday, Renee. If you were, I think you were in there yesterday. We talked about Epstein's brother saying that he's heard from reliable sources that the Republicans are scrubbing the hell out of that Epstein file. Representative Taylor Greene, a longtime Trump loyalist who has had a prominent split with Trump over the bill, said Tuesday that she saw the administration's compliance with the bill as its real test. Will the Department of Justice release the files or will it remain tied up in investigations? She asked. In July, the FBI said in a memo regarding the Epstein investigation that we did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. But Bondi last week complied with Trump's demands and ordered a federal prosecutor to investigate Epstein's ties to president's political foes. Still, Representative Thomas Massey, a Kentucky Republican who sponsored the bill, said there's no way they can have enough investigations to cover all of the people who he believes are implicated in Epstein's abuse. And if they do good, then good. The bill also requires the Justice Department to produce reports on what materials it withheld, as well as redactions made within 15 days of the release of the files. It stipulates that officials can't withhold or redact anything on the basis of embarrassment, reputational harm, or political sensitivity, including to any government official, public figure, or forum. Who could be named? They saying there's a widely held expectation that many people could be named in the case for this investigation. Epstein, who kept company with heads of state, influential political figures, academics, and billionaires. The release of his emails and messages of a House Oversight Committee investigation last week has already shown his connections. Yet federal prosecutors follow carefully constructed guidelines about what information they produce publicly and at trial. Massey said that he wants the FBI to release the reports from his interviews with the victims. Those reports typically contain unvetted information, but Massey said he is determined to name those who are accused. He and Green have offered to read the names of those accused on the House floor, which would shield their speech from legal consequences. We need names. I got a problem. I don't believe we gonna get it. I don't know if I'm just being a negative Nancy right now, but I just don't see. I guess time will tell. I'm really guessing time will tell. So many people are getting caught up in this shit. Even the fallout is crazy. Obama official, an ashamed former Obama official, says he is stepping back from public commitments after the announcement and that they're about to release the Epstein files. Now, apparently, this guy was an official for Obama and Bill Clinton. Larry Summers is his name, who served in the Clinton and Obama administration, said on Monday he is stepping back from public commitments after it was revealed he sought relationship advice from Jeffrey Epstein. What in the entire fuck is going on, y'all? Last week, the House Oversight Committee released thousands of emails to and from Epstein, who authorities say committed suicide in Manhattan jail. In the emails, Epstein mentions President Donald Trump several times, stating that at one point Trump knew about the girls. The email did not elaborate, but given Epstein's appetite for underage girls, the remark has raised serious questions about Trump's knowledge of his friends' activities. The emails also showed that Summers, who was president of Harvard University after serving as Bill Clinton's Treasury Secretary and before becoming Obama's National Economic Council Director, they're saying that Summers sought Epstein's counsel in 2018 and 19 regarding a protege he was pursuing. The email exchanges came a decade after Epstein pleaded guilty to soliciting a minor. I gotta take a swig of water, man. This shit, it just, you don't know who the hell is involved. All I know is for something to be so trifling and affect so many women, and what I'm hearing, men, to have to go through all this is like pulling teeth. It's really like pulling teeth. Peace, Sherry. Be safe. Think no response for a while, probably appropriate. Summers wrote to Epstein in 2018 after forwarding him an email from the woman. As the Harvard Crimson reported, the woman in question appears to be Kay Jin, a 2004 Harvard graduate who was then a professor at the London School of Economics. She's already beginning to sound needy. Nice, Epstein responded. In 2019, Summers wrote, tone was not of good feeling. I don't want to be in a gift-giving competition while being the friend without benefits. She's smart, making you pay for the past error, Epstein replied. Ignore the daddy, I'm going to go out with the motorcycle guy. You reacted well. Annoyed shows caring, no whining, shows strength. This guy getting advice, female advice from Jeffrey Epstein. I ain't lying. This is exactly what y'all hearing in this article. On Monday, Summers said he would be withdrawn from public life for the time being. I am deeply ashamed of my actions and recognize the pain they have caused, Summers said in a statement. I take full responsibility for my misguided decision to continue communicating with Mr. Epstein while continuing to fulfill my teaching obligations. I will be stepping back from public commitments as one part of my broader effort to rebuild trust and repair relationships with the people closest to me. Sounds like he's just trying to ride off into the sunset, y'all. This Summers guy. Wow, Angie said he was married, getting that advice, and he is still married to the woman that he was with while trying to get dating advice. These motherfuckers, they don't give a crap. Puff, puff, pass. Shout out to the breakfast crew every day joining us at 8:30 a.m. And if you're listening to us on Apple, Spotify, or any of them other hosting platforms, every now and then, if you get a chance, come check in with the best, wildest, beautifulest, most genuine chat online, the Flow Store No Filter podcast chat, who we meet every day at 8:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. But yeah, this is just one bad thing after another. Who knows? Who knows? My thing is, Trump was already in office. One time, you don't think that shit was already scrubbed before you got back in? Yeah, this is, Lily said, the best chat on the planet. So Diddy's week from hell. One person who had a week from hell is Diddy. We talked about it in detail yesterday on in the exclusive show. But let's go over in its totality, in its entirety right now. So Diddy's bad week. He got his prison time extended, and LA Sheriff is opening a probe into sexual battery from the producer. They are pretty much guaranteeing that Diddy is going to get a lot more time. Mel Max says, oh, poor Diddy, the week from hell. Sean Diddy Combs could be spending a lot longer behind bars, depending on what a newly launched West Coast probe unearths on much accused former mini mogul. As the Bureau of Prisons this week extended the Bad Boy Records founder's time in the clink, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department has revealed it has opened an investigation into allegations of a 2020 sexual battery by Combs against a music producer. We received an official copy of the police report from the Lago Police Department on Friday, November 14th, and the Special Victims Bureau will be investigating the allegations. A spokesperson for the Robert Luna-led department told Deadline this morning, all of that means that Diddy, who was sentenced in New York last month to 4 years in prison on lesser counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, might find his freedom pushed down the line, keeping him behind bars longer. Currently incarcerated at the cushy and relatively low security Fort Dix FCI in New Jersey, the 55-year-old All About the Benjamins performer is accused by a Florida-based industry vet of assault in 2020 and 2021. In a statement sent to Deadline by Combs' newly hired communication team led by longtime Harvey Weinstein spokesman, civil attorney Jonathan Davis, calls out the claims against his client as one does. As Mr. Combs' legal team has repeatedly stated for over a year now, he cannot address every meritless allegation in what has become a media circus, Davis said. Let me make it absolutely clear, Mr. Combs categorically denies as false and defamatory all claims that he has sexually abused anyone. The lawyer adds he looks forward to vindicating himself in court, where such matters are decided and not in the media, based on admissible material evidence, not rank speculation and unsubstantiated allegations. To get specific on those so-called unsubstantiated allegations, we have redacted filings on the two occasions in question. In the first incident, Combs is said to have handed out drugs to everyone present at a December 2020 LA photo shoot for the Notorious Big. Then, in MO familiar to anyone who has followed the litany of claims and complaints against Combs over the past year, the Grammy winner started watching porn on his cell phone, grabbed one of Biggie's shirts, and grabbed one of Biggie's shirts. I think y'all know the rest. He grabbed one of Biggie's shirts off the rack and began to masturbate with it in front of the plaintiff. Court papers filed earlier this year say Combs finished pleasuring himself, proclaimed, "Rest in peace, Biggie," and tossed the jizz-stained shirt onto the producer, who has since been identified himself as Jonathan Hay. A few months later, in March 2021, Hay was invited to a meeting with Big Son and others where a hood was placed over his head. He was forced into a room with the screaming Combs, accusing Hay of being a snitch. Diddy supposedly ordered everyone else out and then tried to force plaintiff to perform oral copulation on Combs while plaintiff's head was still covered. The LA County Sheriff's Department is getting involved because the 2020 incident is alleged to have occurred at a storage facility in the eastern part of the city of Angels, well within its jurisdiction. If charges are laid and if Combs is found guilty on the West Coast, the fallen mini mogul could be looking at several years in state prison in the Gold State once he is released in 2028. Having said that, Combs' time in Garden State-based Fort Dix has gotten a bit longer. After entering Fort Dix on October 30th, Combs was originally set to be let out on May 28th. If there are no incidents, he could get out a little sooner. But like we said, we thinking that get out for good behavior is over with because, as you know, Diddy has already gotten in trouble several times. And as a result, they moved his release date to June 4th, 2028. No official explanation has been given for the change. But we already know what the explanation is. He was on a three-way call trying to set up free calls. She touched that man. If he would have threw that shirt at me, I would have did the Matrix, dodged it, and smacked the shit out of Diddy. For real. Like nobody just put their hands on Diddy. This is just Diddy being Diddy and having a week from hell. Did we get Toon back in here? It's like, damn, Toon. It's like Toon is like, he has Diddy notifications on. It's like, if he hears the name, if the name Diddy is said, it goes straight to Toon's phone. Toon got people blocked. The minute someone says Diddy, it goes straight to Toon's phone. You're like, oh shit, somebody talking about Diddy. Why Toon blocking everybody? He's addicted to Diddy. Yeah, Maurice, itty bitty and Little Smokey could share a closet. Itty bitty. Itty bitty Diddy. Itty bitty Diddy. Itty bitty Diddy. That's Toon's boy. Lily said, can you block her too? We are having a ball today. Y'all, hey, look, they're going crazy in the chat. They are going crazy in the chat. So they got this silly article. Sarah Paulson. Do y'all know who Sarah Paulson is? Sarah Paulson jokes about Sean Diddy Combs' baby oil obsession freak-offs in Oz Fair. Hulu's Oz Fair. I don't know if y'all watch that show or watch that. But Sarah Paulson character joked about Sean Diddy Combs' baby oil obsession and his infamous freak-offs in Hulu's All's Fair. During the Tuesday episode of the new legal drama, attorney Carrington Lane, played by Paulson, met up with her client Chase Monroe, who is getting a divorce from Kim Kardashian's character, Allure Grant. I am sorry I have to be real here. What is happening with your hair? Your goddamn grease helmet, Paulson's character joked. This is when they it looks like an oil slick, she added. Monroe defended his appearance, sharing that he washes his hair, to which Paulson's character responded in what? Leftover baby oil from a Diddy freak off? Oh shit. Diddy's triflingness has hit the mainstream. You got people talking about Diddy's old slick baby oil, but on Hulu specials now. It's getting out of hand. Hey, look, he said ain't nobody blocked. He said ain't nobody blocked. C-Tuck say Diddy about to get the show canceled because they done said they in there talking about Diddy's freaky deaky freak offs. Wow. Hey, look, I know Diddy is pissed. That's why I was telling people, you know, a lot of people upset thinking that want Diddy to have more time. Tracy said, all's fair. All's fair. Let me go back to that. So during the episode, the person says, I'm sorry, I have to be real here. What is happening with your hair? Your goddamn grease helmet. Paulson character joke. It looks like an oil slick. Monroe defended his appearance, sharing that he washes his hair, and that's why. But then Paulson's character responded in what? Leftover baby oil from a Diddy freak off? Hey, y'all. That's why this is for the people, you know, people wanted Diddy to have more people wanted Diddy to have more time, and I understand that. But that's why I told y'all, for somebody who has been as spoiled as Diddy over these years, this little time he got is gonna be a lot. First of all, he's gonna have to go a few years. Thank you, Big R, for the first super chat of the day. $9.99. Call that a $10 holla. Big mama. Big mama. Thank you so much, Big R. Always support everybody. Give Big R, show Big R some love for coming through with the $10 holla, $9.99 super sticker, super chat, super duper, super califragilisticexpialidocious. Big mama, big mama, big mama, big mama. I love my big mama. Yeah, y'all. So don't get too down, man. This gonna be, it's gonna be, first of all, Diddy gonna have to be a Boy Scout for a couple years to even get out, which I don't see that coming. So y'all can count on more time getting added just from him breaking rules. But not just from breaking rules. More time is gonna be added by all these, I'm telling you, don't be surprised, all these criminal investigations going on, all these civil lawsuits. More, I just don't see Diddy being able to get through a couple years without getting more time added on. We shall see. We shall see. But I don't know. don't know if Diddy gonna be able to make it, y'all. Like through this. So that's what I say. For the people that's upset, don't be too mad. Don't be too upset because he's still in there and he got to be a Boy Scout to get the hell out of there. Oh, and that that one where he threw the Biggie Smalls with the nut on it or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to call it. It's a state charge. So although I know Trump ain't pardoning Diddy, but you don't even have to worry about a pardon with this state charge from the Trump. And that's a state charge. So the one with the producer, Jonathan Hale, whatever, that's actually a state charge. So, and it's getting legs and traction. And I didn't think that story sounded so crazy, but that story is actually getting a real ear from law enforcement, from not just law enforcement, but it's getting a real ear from not only law enforcement, but courts are taking that very serious. So Diddy, be careful. Lily said, Flo, I hope he don't make it. Melissa said, poor itty bitty Diddy. Yeah, Big R made a good point. He was in there, he wasn't even in there a week and already got a whole month added on. I don't see how he gonna do 2 years without adding on more time. Oh, you gonna be the only one mad when there's no peace for the wicked. Enoch says there's no peace for the wicked. Toon Maurice, aka Toon, said a pardon is coming. Man, y'all been talking about this pardon. That pardon that got buried buried so bottom, so far down to the bottom of the list. Ain't nobody thinking about no pardon. Shit, Trump trying to redact and scrub the hell out of these politicians is trying to scrub the hell out of the Epstein files. They ain't got time for Diddy. They do not have no time for Diddy. They have no time for Diddy when they got all this Epstein stuff going on. I'm so tired of being alone. I'm so tired of being alone. Al Green just popped in my head for some reason. That was another person, my granny. Like, shout out to my granny. So many of her memories just pop up in my head. Songs she loved, that we loved together. Every time I say, and I don't like it, tend to think of her. But ain't no pardon coming. Also, we talked about yesterday that they finally, David the singer is finally what's the word? A suspect. Y'all know David the singer, the one that they think allegedly everybody believed that he did something to Celeste. They have proven, law enforcement has basically admitted that David actually did do something or actually was in a relationship with Celeste or whatever you want to call it. They believe she died this past spring. She was unalived. And also in this past spring, they say that David made some little creepy move to go to somewhere in Santa Barbara and was there for several hours doing something he had no business doing. They didn't tell us what he was doing yet. But David is a suspect, and they say he definitely had help. They also have said he has been he has not been helpful at all he has not been cooperative in this he has not been cooperative in this case at all. He has not been cooperative with the law enforcement at all, which also shows he guilty as hell. But at least now he's an actual victim. I mean, he's an actual suspect of the victim Celeste. I don't know what the hell took so long. I don't know what the hell made just don't know what took so long, y'all. Like what was the final thing that made them finally say he is a suspect? When she was found in his car, he was a suspect. Especially when he didn't have any explanation of how a dead body is in your car and you ain't even checked on this Tesla. It don't make no sense. Crazy, crazy day. We're going to keep up what's going on with Diddy. We're going to keep up what's going on with Smokey, David, Trump, Epstein, and all this stuff going on. Hope everybody been getting their SNAP benefits. I believe that should be over with. Let's get our mouths in the chat. Another great episode, Thirsty Thursday. I will see everybody tomorrow for TGIFPD. Thank God it's Friday. Flows payday. Make sure y'all join me tomorrow. Let's get our mouths in the chat. Another great show. Yep, Grandma Kathy said the investigator found body cutting tools in the basement. That was it. Who has body cutting tools? Enoch says, hey fam, great chatting. Love y'all. Y'all, I'm out. Lily says, have a great Thursday. Love you all. I'm out. Have a good day. Much be safe. I'm out. Should have held on to him when they questioned him. Now he slipped through the grip. Anthony Tuck says, I'm out. Have a safe and wonderful day, everybody. And as always, I love y'all. But I'm